radio check, radio check. Clerk at work is in the AO. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Glad you can join us today for another round of Motorsport Manager. Bit of an bit of an update from rather bit of a apologies are in order. Sorry that I didn't start as early as I wanted to. I was supposed to start on time, but I kind of got tangled in things, and now we're kind of late. Anyway, we're here now, so we're gonna go into some sort of no, rather like a bit of a recap. Last time we were running a bit badly. What was our placement last time? Shit, let me see that calendar again. We only got 4th and 7th in Milan. Of a rough wrap. At least we managed to stay within the targeted team standing of 3rd and above, but we need to stay focused now since we've only got 2 races remaining, and we are only at 36 points. Vexala Motorsport is just 4 points behind us and has a good chance to get ahead of us if we do not work properly in the last 2 races of the season. We'll make that 3. That's the Black Sea, Rio, and then Vancouver. You might remember we had some trouble dealing with the Black Sea roads last time, which would make this absolutely annoying to deal with. And there's also Ozu Motorsport we have to worry about, who is only 8 points behind us. Very, very good chance to overtake us if we fail here. Now, we have no chance to go back to get to first this season. Not like we want to, anyway, especially since we're still unprepared. But it is imperative that we manage to survive here, or we will be kicked out. Even though we are currently very secure in the jobs, apparently. Oh God, Perez is injured. He's got a dodgy neck, and it'll be up for 5 weeks, which means we can't exactly get her through the Black Sea unless unless we want to keep extra paid drivers on our payday. The current drivers we have, a bit of an update, is includes Judovic, who is currently our best driver, also one of our most expensive. Perez, who is our oldest driver and is currently already peaked in the and she's a paid driver though, so that is that. Pretty small pay though. Decent marketability, all things considered. Then we have Assumpcion Ariel Leonet, who has a pretty decent marketing base, although it's only because we got the racing theme cookbook going on. Not a lot of permanent personality traits for Ariel Leonet, which is a bit of a problem. Especially since we might lose Perez at the end of the season, and I might have to promote Ariel Leonet up front. Unless I can find a decent driver in the scouting section. So far, nobody has shown up that's pretty good for our options. Unless somebody shows up later on. Thankfully, since we have we've saved up a lot of money by playing with stocks here, stock parts, we could probably have a big follow-up as soon as the road car factory is complete, which is still out by 21 weeks. Of course, we're not going to be able to see the work of that until next season, but we're pretty much still working on our rollouts here. As long as we can maintain our good bonuses, at least we might have a chance of jumping up and getting some money back in. Oh, Kashima's about to leave after this race in the Black Sea, so we might get a decent replacement if we can perform better. That's the only one that is currently available. Maybe we'll get a better sponsor that'll provide us with some extra money. Now I need to get. I can either go with Ikas or Ishikawa for bonuses this coming run, which is in the Black Sea. We don't need to make any more money, but as much as possible, I want to make everything else work a bit more reliable. Okay, we got our legal parts already. Okay, sorry if I feel like rambling a bit. I was actually playing on the off. I was actually playing a different team on my off time, and I pretty much started from the bottom again since I chose the create your own team mode. I don't remember if no, so he's probably retired. I was using a different lead designer. Angola. Oh no, it is Angola. Just need to remember where he is. Ah, there he is. He's currently with Esperanza. This is the guy I have right now. He's already 64 here though. He has better he has better options. Rather better. Yeah, better options for engines and rear wings. But well, the European Racing Series has stock wings, so you can't really make the most of that. But he has a decent engine stat, which allows us to get better outputs for the engines we develop. Just something. What? Which is something I make the most out of when the off team I'm making right now. And I think I got some pretty decent results with that. Now I'm wondering if I might have to replace Charlotte after her contract runs up. Takanabe is pretty decent right now. I just need to get more out of him. As soon as we get enough money back through better results and some better sponsors, I might invest in improving the staff center. Or I might go for not the scouting facility, maybe improve the test track. With Sokolov, I actually managed to get some free bonuses up to Epic without having to evolve the test track to level 2. Although that really gave us, or rather, he can get really expensive with some of the better engine parts, mostly because of the known parts that he has. I'm wondering if I can take advantage of him, but unfortunately, take advantage of him in this playthrough. But unfortunately, it looks like he is already on the way out, so maybe not. So I'm just trying to wonder what building I will invest in after this. Like, I might need to get a forecasting center as well, since most of these parts are currently not exactly uh in the priority right now because they're currently stock parts. I might just go for a forecasting center, but I also want to focus on improving some of my driver rates here. So there's a good chance that once we've managed to get most of the good sponsors in, we're going to focus on investing on the other buildings that we have not set up yet. There's still a lot of stuff I can upgrade on too. That's a fancy looking factory. Design center also looks nice. The handling development center. Extra floor, that's the telemetry center. Also an extra floor and some more ground space. The staff center gets a pool. That's fancy. Two basketball courts, a football pitch, and then they get a pool afterwards. And there's a scouting facility. It gets double spots, extra roads. Test track level 2 is gonna get a curve instead of a chicane. Interesting. What the heck is that noise? Hang on. Now here is where things can get really annoying. Since we have epic gearboxes. We can't really use it right now because the telemetry center, rather, gearboxes are currently in stock, so it's useless. It's kind of a shame that I upgraded this early because I didn't vote up getting. I didn't vote to prevent stock parts, or rather, yeah, stock gearboxes for this one. For this run, I mean. For the time being, we need to go forward, I think. Okay. We're currently 4th overall in the parts department, mostly because our engine is only 4th overall. We'll have to we'll have to go ahead and build up on that next time. If we can finish the season early, we can probably focus on getting that done. Yep. Only third. The only option they gave to us is third because we came from the Asia Pacific Super Cup, and uh, being demoted, we're just keeping the lower runs. Hopefully, I can probably ask for them to give me third again, or probably go lower at 4th. Maybe not if we do better here. So we need to work on getting our engine built up better next time, so we can pretty much stay on the running and avoid the risk of being kicked out of our own team. Elizabeth Glidden. For the time being, if I ever run out of somebody, I might look for somebody who's pretty low but has excellent marketability so that we can boost our marketability even more. Elizabeth Glidden is great. Unfortunately, I don't think she wants to talk to us. Oh, she wants to talk to us, but I'm going to assume she's expensive. Yeah, starting wages 191. They'll probably have to increase that. Thankfully, all three of our drivers rather are still pretty much on the long run. Okay, let's just give her a boost. Our morale's already pretty bad as it is. It'll be a 26 lap race. Now I don't know if I want to play long. Because that's the thing we did that's the thing I've been doing. Playing long, trying to minimize, trying to increase road time while minimizing pit time. Especially because our pit crews are some of the worst on the grid. Even when I tell them to give me, or even when I tell them to auto-manage stuff and focus on maintaining a decent amount of... Wow, Kashima? That's not good. Well, whatever. I think we'll just go into it. They're still worried about fuel efficiency. S person would be one of the best drivers. Ugh! 54%? And it's only because of the caught speeding temporary personality trait, not gonna be a lot of use in the future. Morale boost by being an optimist. Okay, what do we have? Octane will be looking to add the trophy. I think they're gonna be promoted next season. DRT Motorsport looking for a podium. I guess they're currently 7th, 18 points, 57 points behind Octane. A bit optimistic there. Shikunlun, 58%, no personality traits, or rather, yeah, no personality traits to speak of. Marketability is pretty much on the low there, technically speaking. Nicolino Savorani. Low profile tires. Fairly cheap, but they are gonna wear out much faster. That's a real problem there. No more slots for the scouting team. Hopefully by the time we get back into the next season... Christ, I still have my frame rate issues. 2 weeks before the dodgy neck disappears, but I need her money. Okay, careful, I might over save that there. You know, I need to delete some of these save files. I think they're also eating into my, they're also eating into my, what do you call it? Into my memory. Or drive space, rather. Right, let's do that. Let's just save this for now. Save as. Out there. Should be 26, 2027 go. There. Alright, let's save up here. And now, we're going to have to worry if we can actually drive through the Black Sea without much trouble. Especially since our engines are only 4th. Okay, do I want to keep Perez? I mean, sure, her fitness is 0, but she still has some decent feedback. And well, she is a pay driver, so I need the money. I mean, we can probably try to go for Akus, but we're still gonna lose money. Ishikawa Whiskey is a bit there, but it's only 30,000 coming back. We can try. Better to try than not try at all. Parts fitting. They're very happy with their parts right now. Only got 2 engines that are decent. We've got 2 illegal engines for next season to build up on, at least. We've done all the factory work for now, so hopefully things will be easier once we continue on going into the Black Sea. Now, the weather is going to be annoying, although it also could help us if we can get some tactical pit changes during wets. Currently cloudy in the Black Sea. Need to be acceleration for this one, so... Oh, whoops. As is usual, we'll go for long runs. Maintaining a long run is our priority here. So, 12-14. Pretty much the same. Right, let's take practice. Oops. Wait. Yeah, we definitely need a forecasting center for long-term practice. Not too confident about this, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be having trouble staying on. But I'm gonna try and use a tactic I've been using with the with my personal playthrough just to see if things could actually work differently here. Especially since we're going for long runs. 26 laps total, which means it should be 13-14, right? Now, I don't remember how much fuel we have in this run anymore. Especially since my personal run has small fuel tanks as a rule. So we'll try to see if I can go for economy so we can maintain length and just do a one-stop race. Or if we have to push ahead and run it. Too much roll in the car. Handling feels off at the moment. And it's raining. Oh, this looks familiar. This Jellyfish dropping down. Ariolena showing us why she is the better driver, all things considered. Ooh. Okay, downforce is excellent. Handling is good, but the speed balance needs to be a bit more acceleration focused, apparently. So a bit more on the acceleration around here and make it a bit softer. Race trim level 2, and it's no, I don't think I want to switch over in inters really. Downforce is good, only good. You know, I've been trying to change the suspension every time they ask for it, and every time they say that their suspension is too soft, when you switch over the hards, they'll be complaining that now it's even softer. So I feel like there's a bit of a bug with the feedback on the suspension. So if they're saying it's too soft at the moment, make it a bit softer than it already is. Just a bit. 9 times out of 10, the suspension is just too soft. 9 times out of 10, I mean. Okay, let's see if this changes. I'm gonna give Riolenet the intermediates for this one, while Judovic stays on her mediums. Her feedback's pretty much decent at the point right now, so I think if we get Riolenet on inters, we'll be able to at least get some good points out for intermediates, just in case it does start raining. Things seem to be okay so far, so good. That's great. That's really great. Starting a new flying lap now. Arrow's feeling much nicer on the Riolenet side of things. Handling is also better on Judovic's side of things. And the frame drops are insane. It only really happens like this with the latest version of OBS that I have. I could probably go and download an older version, but I feel like that's too much trouble. Downgrading, I mean. Riolenet keeps their 5th after that pass. Jodovic is still in 8th. Speed balance is right in the money, I hear ya. Oh, come on, man! What do you mean the handling's a bit worse? Well, whatever. See what I mean? When they said they wanted it to be... when they say that the suspension is too soft and you want to make it hard... Or, I mean, the handling's too soft and I made it... Oh, wait, softer still? Whatever. Let's see. How about we split over to the other side, then? Make it harder. I keep the same stints. Keep it on the same tires, and go. We've only got a minute and a half left in practice. Looks like Norlin, Harbut, and Koi are gonna steal the timesheet for this practice session. At least level 1 intermediate tires before the section is over. I'd love to have that. Judovic almost done here. We're still having one more stint before practice is over. Dang it! Couldn't even get the intermediate tires to level 1. That's annoying. Well, whatever. We'll just have to make do with what we have right now. Still at the same numbers at 8th and 5th. Not too bad. Cloudy. We need to get first if we want to get the money. And we got to worry about the weather, which I feel like it's going to be rainy in the middle. Race trim and medium tires. And for Perez, we're going for race trim and medium tires as well. Car setup seems to be okay on both sides, but I need to change her tires to medium so we can at least try to get 13, 14 for both of our drivers. There's also the ERS to consider, which is kind of annoying. See if I can go for 14 laps, just in case. See if this actually works, because I feel like we're going to have a lot of trouble dealing with this. 14 laps for both of them. So we can go for one stop, see if it works. Keep it in, I guess I can push the tires, and then keep the engine at medium. See if that changes anything. If it doesn't, we'll just have to pray that we stay up there. And I'm gonna give them full control of the ERS for now. Let's see if things change. Remember, tire wear is the main issue here. Oh, well, not exactly just tire wear. The fact that the other drivers will use the ERS sometime in the near future, sometime after lap 1, is going to be a main issue here. Fortunately, we're going to have to do a lot of climbing up after that. But as long as we can keep them rolling, I think we're okay. Tire heating, not too much of a problem. It's the tire wear I really need to look into. I'm probably applying the tactics I learned in my other playthrough in this one, just to see if it will work the same in the later setups. Okay, looks like everybody has gone for the ERS the moment we finished lap 1, which is understandable, really. For now, I want to stay as far away as possible, or get through as fast as possible, rather, and stay for as long as possible on these roads. Now, I'm not too sure this will work. But with the durability we have, it just might. Now remember, we're going to be hitting them at 13, 14 maybe, with, I think Druvish might need to pit earlier. No, it's Perez. Perez needs to pit earlier because she's not as smooth with the tires as Druvish is. We have to worry about the fuel economy situation as well. Though the ERS might help us save some fuel on that part. Ugh. You know, I've actually been playing my other playthrough for quite a while that I totally forgot that the ERS existed, and I don't really know how to use it effectively anymore. Cripes. 23 laps to go, rather. Starting lap 4, and both of our drivers are still in the back. He is all alone, but he's only a minute, or a little under 2 seconds ahead of the Silva Mello up there. Mazzoncini at third, with 3 seconds behind, going up to 3.7 rather. Funker trying to stay behind. I was trying to stay under 4 seconds behind Kohi and failing. There's Ramsey at 5th. Lormer at 6th, Conclave at 7th, Hornblatt at 8th, Balkan at 9, and Chu rounding out the top 10. Now, this is surprising because we remember Chu being in the Dragon Race Team China run out, and he wasn't exactly that happy at this moment. The way things are going, though, we're still pretty much on 2nd, but we definitely need to make some work here if we want to go back into the racing options and maintain our spot, because I don't think we're gonna make the chairman happy by just tanking, or rather staying on 2nd by virtue of aggregate points, especially in this ERS field run. 61%, fuel's still pretty decent. Remember, we want to finish this at 13 laps. tire condition's still pretty good. 21 laps to go, start at lap 6. Judovic still having trouble making the most out of her ERS. Reeves definitely not liking that and almost ready to push Judovic off to the side after that hairpin of sorts. And there's Perez using the ERS at the most inopportune time. Why doesn't she keep using the ERS while braking and entering a corner and get it? Ooh, the Silva Mello already pitting. A bit too early, that. 20 laps to go. Tires now down to 45%. I might have to switch around strategies like, oop. That's not good. Mazzoncini has crashed just off the side here. And switch around, make it more of a fuel thing. 17. Okay, 6 laps, I think, if we push this a bit. Mazzoncini out of the fight. The Silva Mello down to 17th. Hornblatt also coming out of the pit. Remember, we don't get points unless we're part of top 6, I think. We need to work on that, otherwise the chairman will be very, very cross with us, and that's going to be a real problem. Both of our drivers still way in the back. Tire wear has become an issue now where you have less tires than Reeves and Goulias. But we can probably keep the tires still rolling for at least a couple more runs. 6 runs would be ideal. As we start lap 8, it looks like we got a couple of people in the pit lane again. That's Kohi and Chu in the pit lane now. Helping put our drivers up to 13th and 14th respectively. Kohi with the ERS push up, he's going to be here soon. Too bad he doesn't have enough to get close, as he runs out just before the hairpin here. Perez and Jurovic just fighting with each other as the upper half are already way ahead of them. Jurovic using her ERS a little too aggressively there, even on a slow corner. And now they've exchanged places as we start lap 9. And they're starting to struggle a bit with tire wear. I think it's time to conserve a bit. 6 laps to go, 9, 10, 10 to 11. We just need enough for 4 laps and then we're going to be switching over. 13, 14. Then we'll switch the tires up a bit. I guess I shouldn't have used the tires a little too aggressively, because they're currently about to lose their tires here. Maybe I'll have to restart, I don't know. Yeah, I went a little too aggressive with the tires. Perez is not that smooth with her tires than... A lot less smooth with her tires than I thought she would be, so her tire wear is really something now. So got 3 laps to go. Might have to get her a little closer, as both of them are now complaining about their tires about to go out. Though I think we can risk it a bit. Perez now 7th and 8th, Jurovic and Perez now 7th and 8th, respectively, thanks to a couple of early pitters around lap 9 and start of lap 10. Making the most out of their ERS reserves, using them to stay away from the pursuers as much as possible. That's Monk going for a pit change. We're starting lap 11. Both of our drivers are now pretty close to spent on the tires here. Jurovic is now 6th, but Reeves is keeping her away from the top 5. Not exactly a good look for our Swedish driver here. Perez now down to 14 on her wheels. 13% on her tires as well. Very bad look here. We might have to push her a bit. just to avoid getting the tires back up. They're very risky here, especially since the other drivers are also pretty high up. We still got 2 laps after this, so we have to be extra careful. And now that's a couple of drivers in the pit lane. Start of lap 12, a bit risky to switch them out now. So we're probably going to play and push the tires a little further up than they should be, just so we can stay on the road for a little longer, and then we can pit them at the end of the running. Perez already on red, so is Kohi. Looks like it's going to be a tight squeeze. Perez drops to third. She's now down to 3% on her tires. Judovic is down to 10. Very good chance we'll lose our positions here. But if... Oh boy! Lormore has crashed on turn 2, or rather sector 2 run. Oh, this one again. This crash is very buggy for some reason. I don't get it. Perez going for the ERS, I think. Okay, we'll switch her out at the end of lap 13. Now, I need to worry about the fact that there's a good chance that it'll still be raining. Need to see if we can fill up enough fuel for the race. It's gonna take a while. No need to worry about the parts, at least. Can I risk a fast pit? Wonder. Perez will have to make do. Judovic is only a couple of seconds away. Perez is locked up. I know. Thankfully, she locked up in a decent position, so we can make the most out of that. Hopefully she doesn't crash here. I made a mistake of pushing the tires a little too much, a little too early. Now to try and pitch her before things get a little heated. Parts conditions are still okay. No need to recharge a battery. Let's try and go for fast pitting here. I know we're going to lose a lot of... There's a good chance we're going to lose a lot of positioning here, but as long as we can get both of our drivers on just one stop and driving along properly, I think we're going to be okay. Perez will be on the back for the time being. I think she'll be okay with just a neutral. Judovic has gone down to third. Hopefully she doesn't crash. She's out of fuel as well. A bit of a risky drive here. Better than nothing, at least. We did cause a traffic jam, which kind of helps us keep some of these drivers in the back so we can catch up on them later. Now I just need Judovic to be a bit faster with the pit change. Alright, that's complete. Let's let the tires rest for a bit. Just neutral driving. Now both of our drivers are in the back again, with Lormore and Mazzoncini both out of the fight, but at the very least I think we can make it work. Endurance-wise, I mean. We just need to trust in them using their better judgment with the ERS for some much. Hopefully they know how to use it properly this time. De Silva Mello has pit out, and he is definitely looking at another run here. 11 laps to go. Can we still roll with it? I don't see anybody on the lanes. I think we're way behind. A bit of a risk factor here. There's a good chance I might have to restart this run, but at least we know we can actually do a one-stop race here. I think that's good enough for me. Okay, that's Hornblad at 17th. Now Funker trying to push through. Hornblad with the ERS overtake. Kostrup is now all alone, 7 seconds ahead of the closest rival, who is Ramsey. Goliath is 8 seconds behind. A bit of a speed boost for Kostrup, but he is risking losing his tires pretty early here. He's now down to 24%. 9 laps to go. Our drivers are still way in the back. Still no sign of a point drop, and Vexala has a good chance to overtake us here if we fail to keep him occupied. Now, I don't know how the others are faring as far as fuel is concerned, but if we can actually make the most out of our tires again, we have a good chance of getting back in the scoring sheets. Now, what I really need to worry about is whether I have to restart or not. Tire wear, not so bad. Tire temperature is in question. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do this run. We'll have to restart then. I keep forgetting to factor in the ERS. Especially since we don't have the ERS in my other playthrough right now, and I kind of forgot how that works. Oof, I missed those. Just 2. We only got an overtake on 2. We need to work our way back up. We've only got 7 laps to go, and most of the drivers up front are still too far out. We won't get any good sponsors unless we can overtake these guys. Oh, crap. Trying to push. Kostrup has crashed as well. That's 3 people out of the roads now. Looks like that's not going to be good for Vexala, who are now only at 2 points up. Five laps to go. Can we at least get back into the scoring sheets, if not reaching the sponsor objective? I don't think we can, really. 13, 14. I might have to restart this run. Four laps remaining. Now I'm seeing some tire wear here. Still no sign of a point up here, and the chairman is definitely not going to be happy. Three laps to go, no sign of anybody pitting out. Yeah, I definitely need to probably restart this. Tire wear is starting to really hurt. The frame drops are insane. Start of lap 2, or rather, start of lap 25, and Perez just got overtaken again. Definitely need a restart. Dang it. I need a restart just so that we can balance the tire wear and the fuel lines. I kind of forgot that the ERS was a factor here, and they're going to use it as much as they want to. And then there's also the fact that since they're longer, you can't really push the tires too much, or you're gonna eat dirt. We were still running on a bit shorter shorter races in my personal playthrough, which is kind of distracted me, so to speak. Now, how do we actually make this work a bit more efficiently? Fez will stay there. We'll go for Ishikawa whiskey again. Keep the same parts. And try as much as possible to focus on getting some soft spots here now. And then we'll go with a longer set of fuel lines so we can push further. But we're not going to run on full tank so that we can at least keep some lightness in our car. So it's going to be acceleration focus as is the usual. Keep the suspension stiff like this. Downforce. Switch to mediums because we need durability. We want to do one-stop races as much as possible, which is why we need them to be... We need them to be as durable as possible. How much marketability? Right, let's take practice and see how it goes. Yeah, stints 4 laps, tires the same. Bit of a switch out there. Ariolena coming out strong and steady on the initial jump off right out of the pit lane. I think we're gonna have some switches out here because it's already 11 minutes remaining and the setup knowledge isn't going that fast up. Even for someone with 18 feedback like Ariolena out here. Seems just right. That's not really giving me any confidence. Studovic currently with the fastest lap. It's gonna be wet around 7 minutes maybe? So we're gonna end their stints pretty early and then they'll have to switch to wait, maybe not. Let's keep them in medium. Since I think like the race is still going to be dry. So we're just gonna stick to mediums until the rain comes in. Let's just hope they don't need a lot of fixing when we go back to the garage. Up, here we go. Starting as K, improve the handling, not offering me enough. That means they want it to be softer. Let's just let them finish this to level 2 first, and then we'll switch them out afterwards. Right, medium is both level 2 now. Now, the growth for medium tire is going to take a while since it's wet. Druvish doesn't seem to have any complaints about her handling, so that's good. Like, I mean, it's only a rear lane that's in suspension system that needs a bit of a tweak. Right, that's in lap time. Both of them are still in 14th and 15th. If the growth for medium tires is going to be extremely slow, I don't think it's going to hit anything near level 3, that is. Might be halfway, but I'm thinking about staying on mediums for longer. Oh, that's great. That's real great. Judovic has some pretty nice setups on her already. Let's just switch this out a bit so that we can see if we can actually just go for triple threes. Keep the same tires for now. Okay. She needs softer suspension, I think. Okay, no. A little harder on the suspension, maybe. Just a little harder. She goes. Keep the same tire. Now let's see how this goes for both of them. Judovic coming out earlier, since you only need a fix for 1 or 2 parts. wetness is only gonna drop to a minimum before the practice is over instead of going full dry, so there's no way we can... there's really no way we can get the medium tire performance up to level 3. We'll have to make do with this for now. See, if Jodovic is gonna get all three purples on this run. If not, we can always go back to the second... Okay. Feel that the handling is much better now. Okay, that's good. Cardenas is already going in, so I think he's gonna stick... Or he's gonna switch out to Inters. Oh, hey. Never mind. 6 minutes, or 6 seconds, it's done. I don't think we're gonna get medium tires up to level 3. But we can pray. Come on. Just a bit of an inch. Oh, look. We actually got to level 3 despite the weather. That's a relief. Let's see how it goes. Oh yes, Reeves, Norland, the usual. Understandable, really. Going for medium and race trim. Medium and race trim for both of them. Oh, I did get all 3 purples. That's very nice. I wonder if I can save the setup. And then keep the tires to medium. Drop our fuel load to 15. Let's go for 15 so we can burn it faster. Switch up, then 15. Yes, there we go. 15 laps, and then we can push our car a bit. Keep it in high. We'll push it up once we are halfway through the temperature, or the coldest temperature marker, so we can try to keep the tires steady for longer. Here we go. Let's see if this is going to be different this time. Let's hope it does. Oh boy, that's not a good start. A bit of a traffic jam on that chicane too. Or in that hairpin. One corner coming up, and it looks like we don't seem to have any decent running so far. Right, let's see if we can use the ERS decently here. Just to stay with the drivers. ERS going up. Yep, there they are. Just keep a pace of everybody. Wow, Gulyas going for the last second ERS push there. Well, everybody else did. I guess we could have gathered more energy, but at least we're still in pace with some of the guys here in the back, so that's going to be helpful. Picherny is currently in... Where is he? Oh, where is she, rather? Picherny's currently in second, so she's pretty much just tanking for later. There you go, 24 laps to go. We've only got 12.7 laps of fuel remaining for both of our drivers. And it's about time to push the tires a bit higher. We're gonna push them up to at least somewhere around halfway towards optimal temperatures, and then we're gonna go and play it with the normal tires again once we reach that point. Just so we can get for 13 and 14. The fuel condition is what I'm worried about, really. If only I can vote away the ERS. Unfortunately, I don't have the resources to do that. 23 laps to go. Both of our drivers are still in the back. The Silva Mello once again pushing a little too hard. He's now down to 55% on his tires, I think. Yeah, almost. He's at 56. Judovic now working her way through, trying to get back at Picerni. Not succeeding at it so far. At least we're not that far behind now. But we still need a lot of work to get back into the scoring sheet. And Perez is complaining about being blocked by her teammate for the past 3 laps. A bit of an overtake on that long turn, but Judovic is having none of that. Too bad she got blocked by Gulias at the last second. I have no idea why they insist on going in the middle when they know that the other drivers will be blocking them. What do you mean? It's been 3 laps. Well, never mind. I think they just continued the logic from past 3 laps when Picerni was indeed ahead of her, even though she already overtook Picerni before the start of lap 5. Speaking of lap 5, the Silva Mello is really eating through his tires. He is now down to 38%. Bunker also pushing a little too much. He's now down to 40. Hornblatt is also down pretty badly, 38% on his side of things. Okay, I think that's enough. We can go for neutrals again. We need to keep those tires up for as long as possible. They're already down to 60%, and we're only at the start of lap 6. We need to be a bit more judicious with handling our tire wear for now. 21 laps to go. Our drivers are still on the lower half of the sheet, and that's really concerning. But as long as our tires are still pretty okay, I think I can work with that. Judovic go down 19th, Picerni goes ahead of her again. While up on top, the Silva Mello is already down to 15% on his tires, I think. No, 23% rather. Definitely needs a lot of work to get back into it. He's pushing a little too hard. Although that's not exactly good for his current position because he's currently at 6th projected, but he could drop further if he keeps pushing like this. Speaking of which, he's already in the pit lane at the start of lap 7. Ooh, Perez gets overtaken by Monk with an ERS overtake right there. Aggressive pushing from the Thai driver. Oh, no, Chinese driver. I thought he was Thai. And that's Judovic trying for an outside overtake right off of that hairpin. And finally getting one with the help of her ERS. She is now up to 13th while Perez is down to 16th. Perez also pushing with ERS on this long turn just to stay in touch with the rest of the other drivers. And I'm seeing Koi for their pit lane along with Chu. Starting lap 8 with a pretty decent jump for both of our drivers. Although they still need to work their way back up if they want to stay in the scoring sheets. Oh, cripes, it's getting a little too hot now. Trying to push them up again. Got a little too focused on the overtakes. I kind of forgot to check on the tire temperatures. Now down to 39%, 38, 37. At least we got enough fuel for both of them. It's just the tire wear that's annoying. Temperatures, manageable. The durability, though, that's what's concerning to me. No need to worry about the fuel. Yes, we're going to be okay with the fuel. Stop worrying too much. Cripes. Only Judovic is on the scoring sheet right now, being in 4th. Perez is 1 step behind. She needs to get into 6th if she wants to be part of the scoring sheet here. Dragon Race Team is currently projected to have the most points at the end of this leg. Yep, she's complaining about the tires. This is not looking too good. Problem with Perez is that her smoothness is really bad. If she was a bit more smoother on her tires, we could just keep her pushing, and it won't burn up. It won't burn up the tires that easily. But well, really can't make the most out of that. All right, there is. Perez is now 6th. Drulovic is now 3rd. Fortunately, she's already down on her tires here. Ooh, going for an ERS overtake right off of that corner, and she is working her way up. She's now in 4th. Drulovic now in 2nd with an ERS overtake, but she's starting to struggle with tire wear as well. We could go for 2 overtakes, but that's a bit of a risk factor right now, so I think we're just going to go with 1 overtake each for them. Still sticking to the 13-12 run, I suppose. Now let's just hope we aren't pushing our tires a little too hard. 16 laps to go. It started lap 11, and both of our drivers are still in the scoring sheet. But Perez is just about ready to drop off, and she's now down to 14% on her own tires. And now she's being overtaken. Start of lap midway through sector 2 on the lap 11 run. And Perez has gone down to 6th. Drulovic, meanwhile, has gone up to 2nd. I have to push the tires a bit more. And then relax the fuel a bit so that we can last for a bit longer. Drulovic will definitely have to lose her points here. I might have to pit Perez a little early. Or maybe not. We can probably still do it at lap 13 if we want to. 13-14, that is. Although Drulovic is now down at 10%, Perez is now down to... Kostrup is right about ready to take Drudovic's spot in 1st, but he is also ready for a pitch spot. We're just going to risk it here with one-stop races for a really risky run. Though I'm not very confident we can actually do that properly. Especially with the tire condition we have. Right, start at lap 14. Time to switch things up. Here's hoping we can actually get Perez up here. Excuse me. But we'll have to go and risk it again with a fast pit change. Well, Drulovic will have to make use of her ERS to get some space from the other drivers as much as she can. Actually, how far is Perez? 9. I don't think I can do a stacking pit lane change here, so we'll have to make do with having Drulovic stay behind one more lap. Hopefully the weather doesn't affect us much. Drulovic is now down to 1% on her tires. Perez is going to drop in places as she is now down to 0% on her tires and down to 1.5 on her lap. 1 lap and 30 or 3/10 of a lap. Now we're going for the fill up. Parts conditions are still okay. We can go for a fast pit as a bit of a risk factor here. Perez almost out of tires. Well, already out of tires. Going for neutral on this one. Had to push Drulovic a bit, although she's definitely going to drop in places as she's now out of fuel mostly. Let's Perez up. Keep it rolling for a decent amount of time more. She's going to use the ERS a bit. Still pretty decent, as long as we can maintain durability and range will be okay. But Drulovic needs to keep it on the ball and not crash so that we can still keep our points up. Excuse Excuse me. A rough patch for this one. Starting lap 15, 12 laps to go. Drudovic has now entered the pit lane and is getting her refueling done. Perez is 20th and way behind. There's Drudovic coming out on medium tires. Both of our drivers are in the back again. Let's see if the endurance option actually works this time. We're just going to be playing neutrals, and we'll push the tire temperature, or we'll push the tires a bit up when the temperature has gone closer to cold. Let's see how far we can go with this. That's De Silva Mello pitting up early again. Starting lap 16. You won't be able to catch up to him since he just switched tires. Ramsey now on top. Mazzoncini for a pit. Kostrup has taken over. That's 3 people in the pit lane still. Wonder if we can catch at least one. No, we cannot. Everybody in the pit lane has gone out before we can reach them. Tire temperature is still pretty decent for both of our drivers here, I think. I think we can push them a bit more. Just put them in the middle at least. Lap 18 starts. 9 laps to go. I think we can push it now. For both of our drivers at least. Then we'll keep the tires in neutral. Now that we've switched them over to power. Drudovic still complaining about her teammate, funnily enough. Monk has gone for a pit change. Comes out with mediums, going for endurance here. Vexala Motorsport has a chance to take over our position. Unless we can stay longer than they are. And catch up to their drivers. The question is, can we maintain durability for that long? Tire temperature is now getting colder. Perez is almost down to the first box. Perez is already down to the first box. Drudovic is almost there. Still no sign of a pit change from from the upper echelons there. Though Ramsey might be switching up after lap 19. Going to push the tires up again now. They're not using their ERS for now, which I think is concerning. But could be a sign that they're preparing for a big push towards the end. Hopefully they know what they're doing. Start at lap 20. 7 laps to go. Kostrup has taken over. We haven't picked up anybody on the pit lane, unfortunately. There's 2 of them. They're definitely saving up the ERS for a big overtake later on. Vexala still has a good chance to stay on top unless they can get Kostrup out of the line. And that's Perez with the ERS overtake, taking over 2 drivers, jumping up to 14th. Drudovic trying to do the same, but making a push at the wrong time. 6 laps to go. No, that's Perez almost getting blocked. Drudovic also getting blocked, but taking over at the last second. And now it's 13th and 14th for both of our drivers. Is there still a chance we can come up on the upper half of the race at least? Can we prevent Vexala from taking our 2nd place spot? Is there a chance we can still get the sponsor objective? We'll just have to see in the next 5 laps. Tire temperature is starting to wear down a bit as well. Now Funker is looking to overtake Perez here, while Drudovic is still having trouble getting back up on the front line. That's Kostrup in 3rd. Octane Racing has now taken over, and Vexala Motorsport might be having a troubled run up towards the end here. Both of our drivers up now. to 11th and 12th, respectively. 4 laps to go. Is there still a chance we can at least get into the score sheets? We're not going to get the sponsor objective, but the score sheet might be a good hit up instead. And we need Perez to push up the engines a bit more. Or at least the tires. Get her up to 30% as we approach lap 4, or lap 23, rather. 4 laps remain, and Perez is now down to 15th. Octane Racing still looking to get up there. And our tires are fairly worn. I don't know if we can keep them up there. Perez now stuck in the back. There's Jodovic trying to keep away from everybody else as she attempts to get into the top 10. Although with only 3 laps to go, there's a really good chance we will miss. Oof. Nope, we couldn't catch anybody on that pit lane. Jodovic still stuck in 11th. Perez now down to 19% on her tires. And Vexala Motorsport once again ahead of us. Really can't do anything about these tires, unfortunately. Unless we somehow manage to push away. 2 laps to go. We still have 3 laps of fuel remaining, at least. So, if we're not too into it, I might go for overtake for the next few runs. Might being the operative word here. And Jodovic has dropped to 12. Vexala Motorsport now with a chance to get some numbers up, as they have Kostrup up front again. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to do this continuously. Vexala is gonna get this, unless I want to continue and run a different run again. But I think we're just gonna have to do with this. Unless the chairman is not happy. Yeah, Vexala is now 2nd ahead of us. So I guess the tactic we had was a bit out. I really am fine with the current fuel efficiency. It's just the tire wear is annoyingly bad. I really wanted to finish that with just 1 stop. To make do with that, we're gonna lose a lot of money in that process. Yep. We'll see if things aren't too bad. If they are, we'll have to restart this map again. Bit of a shame, really. Yeah, we came 7th. Wait, the chairman wanted us to be 3. And now we're down to 55,000. We'll see if we're gonna get any bad spots here. Rio could be a chance to get back into the thick of things. But I'm not exactly confident we can do that. We also have to worry about Vancouver. It's really the ERS thing that I'm trying to get into still. Sponsors, we lost one. Our marketability is down to 69.5%. Excuse me. Why is she not happy about that? "18 weeks until we can get some money on that one." Car repair complete. Sponsor objective, sponsor options. Who we have? FWK is going to give us 1,180,000 for eight races. Carne Blanco, meanwhile, obviously only has 200,000. So that's 2 million for 10 races with an upfront of 200,000. So that means 2.2 million for a total of 10 races. FWK, meanwhile, is going to give us an upfront of 1,180,000 for 8 races. So that's going to be 8 times 64. 1,004,000 was an extra 1 million, so that's 2. I guess we'll have to go with FWK for this one. And thankfully, since they're a fixed payment sponsor, we can get 180,000 back after each run. Silverdo can still provide us with 250,000 for 7 more races. HX Telecom still has 150 for 4 more races. Now, if we can only get some of these bonuses, though. Save as. Which one was the most recent? This one. Save it from here. Then I'm going to delete some of these extra save files later so that I get more space. I think I'm apart from the OBS eating up some of the processing power, extra processing power really, I'm also running out of space for extra stuff elsewhere. I don't want low profile tires. So they're pretty cheap, all things considered, so I think they're gonna be okay. Wait, hang on. Let me double check. I wonder. Well, they're cheap, which is good for money, but I don't think they're very durable. And I don't have enough voting power, so I'm going to abstain for this one. Of course they're gonna do that. Good tires. Oh, they're a bit more expensive. Okay. Should have checked the rules first. Gonna be a problem. Okay, what's the next rule? Oh, that's the last vote for the, that's the last vote for the season. That's going to be a problem. See on the only one is for Bingham. Oh, Catherine Bingham. Oh, so she's looking at different people. Her marketability is beautiful. But she's a slacker. I wonder. Nope. She wants to go up in championships, and Garuda Racing is pretty low. Or rather, Watson Industries is pretty low, being the DRS and all. Okay, where do we go now? Rio is intense. Looks like it's gonna be raining. Our best engines are currently locked in as illegal parts. I can't really make any epic parts since she doesn't have the extra bonus, or the extra designer component for that. And I'm already, I think we're already decent with the current engine we have. Even though they're not exactly top stuff right now, I think they're the best we can work with. Can't really improve them further, of course. Oh, great. She's feeling better. Oh, I just want to know how long the actual race to Rio will be this time. What's this? Bang on for the original target. Not bad at all. 23 laps. We'll have to check the fuel, of course, engine power. Octane's currently on top of that. Come on, not the driver lineup again. I'm good, sorry. I'll go for mechanic relationship over $100,000. That's not a lot. We don't really need sweetest spots right now. Meditation. That's gonna be helpful for focus. She's now at 12. That should help her make a bit more smart stuff with the tire smoothness, I suppose. No, definitely not. Smoothness is still at 7. Kostrop is heading outside for some reason. Oh, he wants to go into a higher championship. He has been in the ERS since the 2025 season, so that's understandable, really. Speaking of, how about our drivers? Okay. Both Perez and Ariolena have only one more season under their contract. Jurovic still has 26 months to go, addicted to V. Because some morale dropped on that. Smoothness. If only I can increase the smoothness right now. What building provides increases smoothness anyway? Wind tunnel for feedback. Simulator for adaptability and consistency. Oh no, that's braking, of course. Design center. There it is. You need to improve the handling development center, though, so that their smoothness rates increase faster. 24%. 723. Alright, we'll have to go with something. Now let's go with Acus. Let's go with Acus for now. Save it as it is. Where is it? Which one was? Oh, this one. Save that. Let's see, they're both happy with their parts. 23 laps. Do we go with 10? 11, 12? But with extra fuel, I think? Just go for one stop as much as possible and do not use ultra softs. We need durability. We can make the most out of the engine at least, so if we can get a bit technical with the refueling and tire replacement, we can probably stay up on top for longer. Judovish is now at 16 on feedback. $13 to 15 laps. Yeah, I can work with that as long as they don't kill the tire wear. Oh wait, just car setup so it'd be focus. Downforce is needed as well, maybe. Switching out softs. They both can handle the tire wear for 13 to 15 laps thanks to their smoothness rating. But I need Perez and her pay driver capabilities for a little longer, so... Hey there. See how this goes. Weather might be wet sometime soon. If that's the case, we'll have to use component parts from the mechanics. Not too confident that's going to help us in any way. Flying lap time, hitting that chicane. Long turn into the Moby Dick. Yep, I knew it. Too much wing angling. Too much resistance from the wing angles has made iCar slower, and the straights. Vulcan coming up for a push to top of the sheet by the looks of it. There he is. Handling a spot on. Doesn't look like there's any complaints on that at least. Okay, not on Audio Leonet's car though. Definitely gonna have to push that up a bit more. Cardenas now fastest lap with the ultra soft tires here. Tire temperature though. I think I can just reduce the tire temperature a bit by making them drive a bit more conservatively, so we can maintain both tire temperature and tire wear within manageable parameters. Alright, let's bring both of our drivers in so that we can at least get the fixes up halfway through practice time. Gearing is a bit dodgy. Is it a bit too long? I hope not. 6 minutes remaining. And imagine if we had to use this this big hairpin here though, instead of just going straight on this one. That's gonna be hell on the brakes, especially since it's a really wide hairpin going into a slightly narrower run, and then a chicane on the outs. Oh wait, another hairpin, another narrow hairpin on that part. Alright, downforce is very poor. There's too much aero resistance. Two. Excuse me. Maintain the same stint, keep the same tires. Leonet doesn't have a good time right now. How about we go for top speed? Just here. We might have to switch things up here again. Hopefully, Ario Leonard won't have much of a problem once she comes out of to practice the runs again. Doesn't look like it's gonna rain, which is a good thing. Well, at least in practice. But if it starts raining in the actual race day itself, we're done for. Especially since we're already struggling with the balancing the speed and the suspension. A lot of tire wear changes probably is because of the rapid changes in the elevation. Alright, looks like they're okay with the downforce right now. Two minutes remaining in practice. and we're still pretty much on the bottom sheets, although Rio Lanet has gotten higher over Drodovic now. We've got race trim and super soft tires on level 3, so I think that's good. Let's hope we don't have to worry about dealing with surprise rain during race day. Keeping my fingers crossed here. And this time we need to get some score sheets up because we are at risk of dropping below our target area. It's gonna need a lot of start-stops. Start-stops, restarts in the last 2 races. I could have kept, I could have restarted Beijing, or rather not Beijing, Black Sea, just so we can actually get better results and avoid, or at least get somebody on the score sheet, but that's going to take a while around there. Dennis and Balkan again. Running. Hot. No, I don't want them to be on super soft or ultra softs. I need them to be on durable runs. That's not good. That's not good. Keep it on super softs rather, and then drop the fuel by at least 2. 17 laps. Ugh. A bit more understeer might be needed. Reduce the keep it like this. Fuel options also down to 17. Just 17. High, and then conserve for the time being. Or no, yeah, conserve. Keep it conserved so that the temperature doesn't go up as fast as we don't want it. 23 though. When do we pit? 20, if it's 24, that's 17, so probably 16, 17 if we want to. Get the ERS up. Or no, let's use the ERS manually at lap 1, and then everybody else will do it automatically afterwards. Ooh, Mach ran wide into the runoff zone there. Very risky driving from the Chinese driver. Judovic is now in 15th, but I don't think she's gonna stay there for longer. Okay, we might be allowed to go for neutral at least. Then we can drop it to conserve once it starts moving up to red. Hopefully that's gonna keep the tires steady. Getting ready to push out into the ERS zone. Let's wait until everybody else will start going for ERS. Pichani wisely staying away from the ERS for the time being. Now Judovic is about to be overtaken. Yep, all the other guys still have enough ERS to push ahead. Or they use their extra boosts afterwards to push forward. Now it's Hornblatt on top. Oncleef and Kohi still up there. Not too confident about this. We're at 36. We need to at least get somebody on the top 3, just so we can get just so we can stay safe on the scoreboard coming into Vancouver. But we need more consistent performing after this particular season, because we are really low on the standards of the engine performance right now. And that's not exactly a good thing, especially when we're trying to get a good promotion. Since we're trying to deal with ERS as well. Trying to get back into things once everybody else has used their PRS is another point of concern that we have to deal with later. Speaking of points of concern, Mazzoncini has just dropped to 5th. Up there on the mid-pack, we have Ramsey and Lowmore taking over Funker. Mock has jumped ahead of both Balkan and Chu, but Chu seems to be having other ideas. The Silva Mello is now up to 14th here, and we're starting lap 4 with a bit of a change in the back. Judovic and Perez now ahead of Picerni. And still keeping up some harvesting on the energy there. Picerni trying to get the ERS up. She can't get enough energy to push ahead, but she has better tire wear than both of our drivers right now. Probably time to conserve a bit. Now that's Picerni cutting ahead of Perez with an ERS overtake just before the home corner. Perez getting that ERS push just before the consecutive S's. Too bad she couldn't push ahead. Bit of a crazy push with the ERS, really. Taking advantage of the slow corners, but just not finishing it up at the last second. Backing away before they crash into something, I think. What if we can go 12-13 instead? Well, Perez couldn't get it past Picerni again. Now she's using the ERS to go ahead on the outside corner. Too bad she couldn't finish on that one, though I think she'll make the most out of it on that outside, or rather that inside corner in the consecutive S. Now we're starting lap 6 and we're still in the back. Not much to say there, to be honest. Oof, that's Picerni with a push-up. I don't know if it was ERS or something else entirely. Oh no, she's pushing the engines a little too much now. Tire durability is starting to be a real issue for both of our drivers here. Oh, that's Judovic with a rapid push-up. She is now up to 16th. Getting ahead of 3 drivers. Perez, meanwhile, is now way behind. And now Judovic is stuck in the lower half of the mid-pack. Unable to overtake Ramsey because of the traffic jam. Well, she is in a good spot to get a good, to get better standings here in lap 7, I think. Hornblad is pretty low on his ultra soft tires, 22%. He might be switching out soon. Perez goes down again, although she's trying to fight against, rather Drulovic goes down again, trying to fight Norlin. Is Picerni keeping Perez from getting back into 19th. Ooh, quick overtake from Reeves there with the ERS support. And that's Perez with the overtake of Norlin as well, coming up from the long corner. Here comes the consecutive S's. That's Ramsey on the block up now. Let's see how it goes from here. At the start of lap 8? Yep, start of lap 8. Both of our drivers still pretty decent on tire wear and tire temperature at least. Even with conserve on. So I think we're gonna be okay. That's Hornblad and Funker now in the back. Gulyas has now taken over the lead. Judovic trying to fight with Norlin for 16th and having a hard time with it. Perez now in 18th, just 2/10 of a second behind her teammate. And we're starting to see some serious tire wear in the top 6. Really good chance for a one-stop pit here if we are lucky. Judovic pushing forward with the ERS a little too much. But getting rewarded with a jump to 15th to 14th even. Getting ahead of Ramsey. And looks like Muck is going for a pit change. That's going to jump our drivers a bit higher. Judovic now in 8th. Perez in 11th. Up ahead, we have Conclave, Kostrup, Bingham, Mazzoncini, Balkan, and Reeves. Balkan and Reeves, along with Bingham, still okay, but Conclave, Kostrup, and Mazzoncini might have trouble with their tires here, as they're only in ultra softs. Not much to worry about in tire temperatures, at least from our side of the road. But Yeah, tire wear is still a bit concerning as we're already down 47 and 50 for both of our drivers. Now we'll have to see if we can keep them up to at least lap 13 and 14, or if not, 12 and 13 might suffice. And we'll have to risk playing with some pretty rapid pit stop lanes here. Starting lap 10, now we are in the score sheet for the time being. With Drudovic in 5th, Drudovic in 6th now, with Pichani still ahead of her. And looks like they're starting to get really funky with the fuel. Yeah, some of them are already dialing down on the fuel usage. I think we could still push ahead if we want to be honest. Just so we can get some more spaces up. Our tires might need a little bit of a push up to neutral now. Just so we can get some more heat. If we can go to at least lap 30 without killing our tires that much, or lap 13 rather, there's a good chance we can just get some overtake. Ooh, good pushing from Drudovic there with the ERS overtake, and she is now up to 3rd. Perez now up to 6th. Only 5 points in the points, 4 points now as Pichani gets ahead of her again. And now they're concerned about the fuel, but a lot more concerned about the tires. Drudovic is now down at 39, Perez is down at 34. Still a good chance we can stay in the run here, unless we manage to mix up some weird stuff. I could probably keep it at the same push-up here as we start lap 12. 12 laps to go. Still have a decent amount of extra fuel remaining, so that's going to be easier on the... That's going to be easier on us as we go ahead into the fight. Our tires are still pretty decent. Maybe we can go for one stop, or we can push a bit further if we're lucky. So I think Perez might need to switch out soon after this. Question is, how long are they going to last with those tires? The other drivers, I mean. Yep, Perez is now seeing a bit of tire wear. Probably conserve her a bit. Just a bit. Ooh, that's Perez with a jump to 4th. What the heck? 11 laps to go. Looks like it's going to be one stop for everybody. Okay, let's see if we can just go for a fast pitch. Ooh, 32% chance of an error here. I don't like that. It's better than nothing at this point. We need to get some more space ahead of everybody up front. Oh, it's gonna be wet. Kidding me? Fuel options, fill up 8 laps of fuel. Make that a lot 9. Then pit strategies be... Yes, let's go with that. I'm gonna keep Drudovic up here for one more lap, and then we'll switch her out to inters the moment we get in. Wasn't this wet the last time we tried this? Well, whatever. Drudovic needs to get some more space out here as she is trying... Ooh, dang it! Bit of a bump with her teammate there, and Drudovic is now stuck in 1st. Tire temperature or tire wear could still last for another lap or so, but the fuel situation is pretty bad. Right, let's go for this one. Keep it fast. Let's hope we don't have any errors. Start praying. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No errors. No errors so far, at least. And we can probably push the tires a bit more. Or keep it in neutral for now. See how it goes. Jurovic is still ahead, but she's only 2 seconds ahead of Gulyas, who's now 50% on ultras. She's definitely going to get overtaken the moment she gets into the pit lane here. And now Perez is in 13th, defending her spot from Balkan. There's Jurovic coming into the pit lane. No mistakes on the jacks, no mistakes on the tires. Let's see if she can keep it with the fuel. Fuel is complete. Jurovic is coming out in 10th. Not bad, but definitely needs some more work. Still, that's probably enough durability to keep us on the roll-ups for now. And with the ERS helping the drivers come along, we can probably not worry much about the fuel. Here we go, starting lap 16 the moment we make that turn. 8 laps to go. Gulyas still ahead, but I think he's going to be pitting soon. We need to be on the score sheet so we can get some more points up. Perez is still at 13th, that's Jurovic in 8th. Perez has jumped up to 11th, however, overtaking Kohi and Chu. Gulyas, Cardenas, Kostrup, Lormor still in the red, or still in the speed bumps here. But poor Ramsey has crashed towards the home corner. It is out of the fight for today. Ramsey currently is 17th. Really bad season for the seasoned veteran, with only 4 points to his name towards the end of the 2027 season. Now here comes Perez trying to overtake Da Silva Melo, or rather Perez trying to overtake Balkan now. Jurovic has overtaken Da Silva Melo and is trying to overtake Conclave more and more. Gulyas has gone for a pit change. Let's see if we can make some things out of this. 7 laps to go. Perez only in 8th. Jurovic is in 3rd. And still pushing. Can she get some more points out of this? I don't know. Bingham in 4th. Conclave in 5th. Kostrup still ahead, but he's still on his ultras and might have to switch soon. Perez jumps up to 5th. We are now in the score sheets. Only 6 points, but it's better than nothing at this point. We'll see if things will change once Kostrup goes for a pit change in a couple. Starting lap 18. Doesn't look like there's going to be a bit of a change here, though. Kostrup still pushing ahead with his ultras despite the fact that the roads are now really wet. He's gone down to 2nd as Gulyas has taken over his position. He is starting to slip. Our tire temperatures are still manageable, so I think we can keep up driving. We just need to avoid hitting the limiters on the temperature. Jurovic has gone up to 2nd thanks to Kostrup's errors. And now we have Vexala Motorsport within striking range, just 4 points up. We need to get Perez up further so we can get back our 2nd place spot and come along a bit more comfortably coming into Vancouver. Jurovic almost losing her spot to Bingham, who is only 2 seconds behind. Gulyas 4.9 seconds ahead. Or rather, Gulyas 4.9 seconds ahead as we start lap 5. Perez has climbed up to 4th. Our tire temperatures are still manageable. Tire wear also in the green. We still have enough fuel to go. Gulyas now making a great push up to 5th. Or rather, making a push up to 5.9 seconds ahead of our drivers. Battery's still pretty decent on his side with 43%. He can push ahead if he wants to. We can probably conserve some of our... or maybe not conserve. Keep it in neutral until we hit halfway on the red on the box of the temperature meter. Or the thermostat, rather. Bingham is now 3 seconds behind Jurovic. Looks like we're making some pretty decent progress here. 4 laps to go. Gulyas is still up there. I think it's time to conserve our tires. Let's see if we can keep it like this. Both Vexala drivers are now out of the score sheet. Bingham pushing heavily, trying to get back into the fight. Judovic can still push here. With only 4 laps to go, maybe a good chance to get back at Gulias? Nah, 6 seconds behind. Not exactly a lot of good stuff here. But there's enough fuel and ERS to make things change towards the last few laps. Very good chance of Perez coming into third as well, which could definitely help increase our marketability as we start lap 21, 3 laps to go. Perez still has a good amount of ERS on her side. Let's just use that to get away from Bingham a bit more. Perez now pushing with ERS as well, trying to get past Bingham, who's 2 seconds ahead of her, but not succeeding so far. Our tire wear pretty decent. Bingham is suffering from more tire wear, though. She is now down at 30% on her tires, which could really affect her lap time here in the last 2 laps of the race. Oh boy. That's Reeves and Cardenas really pushing it. I think they still have enough ERS to push ahead. Yeah, they got a lot. 2 laps to go. The roads have become really wet. Bingham is now down 5 seconds behind Judovic, while Perez is down 7. Still a good chance that they can come back and that Perez can at least get back into him with just 2 seconds. Okay, make that a 3-second difference with Bingham. Now a little over 2 rather. Perez still has a good amount of ERS to push, but I don't think Cardenas would like that. Judovic still decent, starting the final lap at 54% and enough fuel to push and burn. Car parts conditions also pretty okay, so I think we're good. Perez just needs to get back into things. Should probably push our tires a bit more now. Nope, Julius is too far ahead. I don't think Julius is going to be able to catch up to him. Nonetheless, I think we'll be happy with this result. Both of our drivers are in the score sheet, and that's going to bring us back up to second. Very, very nice result for everybody out here. Judovic trying to make the most out of his her remaining power. Yep. Perez will be happy with 5th there, even though she was supposed to be at 4th. Cardenas just jumping at the last second, and our tactic of going for one stop actually managed to save us this time. Nonetheless, Gulias will be very happy with that dominating performance, and once again, Octane Racing is on top of the sheets with an extra 11 points in the corner. Ramsey, however, will be very, very sad for that performance with a really bad crash right in the middle of the action, just before the home turn. Bit of a sad spot, that. Yeah, let's review our tire usage here. Really funny how that went out. Yeah, we only went for a single change to intermediates towards lap 14 and 15. And despite the fact that Perez did have to suffer from eating up the tires a bit earlier because she's not as smooth as Judovic, she still managed to survive towards the end, even getting that 5th place finish. Bit of a DNF there. Poor Ramsey. I don't think anybody's going to be complaining about scrutineering. Sorry about that. Hang on a second. Let's see what we got. No rules broken. Oof, that's not good. Hornblatt suffered a bit of a rule problem, and he has been demoted 4 places. Ugh. 2 illegal parts might have been found. That's not going to be good for Zampelli, who already had Henderson, De Silva, Mello finishing the race at last. At least we got second place there. Pretty nice finish from Matilda Judovic for this run. That's also going to jump both her and Perez in the standings, with Perez getting 4 points, putting her in 4th. No chance to get into the Drivers' Championship, however, but that's not important. At least we're meeting our objective for the time being. Not exactly a comfortable mirror window, or rather, not exactly a comfortable gap with Vexala, who are only 2 points behind us. But that definitely needs some more work. Here come the haters again. Well judged. What does well judged even mean? I don't think we've won in this season, actually. Let me double check my standings. Okay, we've got sweetest spots unlocked again. You came second. Ah, sweet. Getting some growth from Judovic there. As well as Assumption Rio Leonet, rather. And not much for money. Ooh, I think, no, that's not. The pit crew rating is on the very end of the map, I think. Now it's Vancouver time. Let's see if we can actually do something about that. Yeah, we still have the worst pit crew on the scene. Staff is second best though, so I think that's good. What was I gonna check again? Was it financing? Sponsors? Oh, it's probably sponsors. Ishikawa Malt Whiskey and Akus will end their partnership with us soon. Sponsor appeal level is still pretty bad. 12. Okay, what's the interview about this time? What? Oh, only in practice. Nine seconds slower than our fastest run. Gotta check my pit crew. Fueling. How is everybody out there? That's not looking good. Still needs a bit more boosting on the... Okay, let me double check. Can anybody pit out for this one? Anybody else on a rear jack that I can use? So guy... Tomochika... About not gonna... No need to worry about fixing, I just need to worry about tires. Anybody else in the fridge? Stick chance. Okay, better than nothing. Now we're currently 6th. I can work with that. Save us. Save here. Do some deleting stuff later. Okay, one more race for the end of the season. We've only got 14 weeks with the road car factory. Let's see if we can actually work this one out too. Only got $572 in the money pack. Race management still needs some work with that. Teams Championship. That's from 2025. That's 2 seasons ago. Car repair is complete. Nothing to do. I'll need better sponsors. Surikov. Okay, Tana. Okay, let's see what happens in Rio on the top flight lines of things. Ooh, that's Hosted on top, and Balcazar at the bottom, with Naito sandwiched in the middle. Hosted is dominating this one. Hosted is very dominating this season, with 73 points in the driver standings. A well-dominating performance over his rival, Mitsuki Naito from Steinman. He's only down at 56. And Rossini are back up on top, with Steinman having a hard time getting here. I don't think they have any more chances of getting here. It looks like the team championship is in Rossini's bag for 2026. Right, 2027 was it? Yeah, 2027. Now it's Vancouver. 10 days left. Oh, that's a good boost. %79 marketability. 30%. Junovich's marketability is really annoyingly low. Her stats are great. It's just that we can't really get any marketing out of her. Assumption Leonette is much better in terms of marketability, but she's not very... Oh, wait, that's only boosted because of the cookbook. Dang it. Because of that low marketability, our overall marketability is also pretty low. 69.7%, only 3-star appeals. Now, I need to keep an eye out for any lower star drivers that actually offer good marketability. There's Elizabeth Glidden, but I think she's going to be taken up soon. I don't think she wants to. Oh, she's open to talking to us. But we'll have to wait one more season before we can do anything about that, because both of our drivers, we got Perez and we got Adio Leonette, still have one more season under their contract. So here we go again with somebody complaining about our lead designer. Let's see if we can actually go. Ah, that's not good. 28 laps. "28 laps, not too good there." I'm just trying to see how far I should go with that. "28 laps would mean well, the weather is there's a bit of a chance of rain, so we can probably just stay in the can probably stay in the what do you call it? Stay in neutral and hope that we don't run into any rain. And since we're using the same tire compounds as Rio, there's a good chance we could probably just go on one stop again. Probably. If we can go for 14-15, that is. Charlotte's currently good at 11 and 11 with engine, 12 with suspension. She's pretty decent, I think. So she's already at 84% on her improvement rate, which means she's not gonna go up in the engines there. We might have to look for a different lead designer soon. Octane pretty much has a championship in the bag. Now, the only thing in contention is the driver standings, I think. Maybe not. Looks like Octane also has it in the bag here. Kostrup being the second here is already 37 points behind. "11 weeks on the road, Car Factory." That's not a lot. Can try to cut off on the resources at least. Save up here. I'll probably do some deleting later. I have to say, playing offline with a different team actually gave me a bit of practice on how to handle the driving here in our main our main career mode more efficiently. Especially since I get more practice with the tire management and fuel management as well. Even though we're not really very efficient with fuel because of the low quality of the engines. Now let's see how we can go with this. Don't know what that was. Okay, practice seems to be cloudy so far. Judovish is... no, I don't want y'all to be on the, y'all on softs. That's the problem. The tires can't last for long, and... 14? We might have to switch out 2 times here, and I don't like that. Let's see what we can eke out of this. Well, the good thing is this one is a sprint course, which means it's pretty short, as you can clearly see here. So we can probably still manage 13 to 14 laps. And probably stay with it with just one stop, while they all go for ultras and probably eat up their spots there. Longer ratios? I thought we were going for acceleration, not speed. But whatever, let's let them finish their stints first. Now forces Nang on. Looks like Jodovic is having a better time than Rio Leonette right now. At least the arrow is decent on her side of things. Right, we're gonna be halfway through. Oh boy, here we go again. Do you want to go for inters or wets? I think I'm gonna go for rather for, yeah, we're going for wets here. She needs more responsive handling and longer ratios on her gears, apparently. Right, just a bit more. Let's see if we can actually get something out of that. Great, good, good. That's the best you can give me, Jodovish. Let's see if this works. And switch to wet. I wonder if it's gonna be wet the entire race. That's gonna be helpful. Needs a bit more adjustment on the angling. Switch to wet. It's gonna be wet for the last 3 minutes, by the looks of it. Maybe not. Probably somewhere for the next 3 minutes at least. "20 laps, right?" We can't really push Perez a little too much with her tires because she's not very smooth, which means she will be playing risky here. Hopefully, she won't have a lot of trouble towards the end of the of her stints with the tires in the actual race day, because otherwise, would be done for. The arrow's feeling so much nicer now. Doesn't look like there's much of a change up front, though. Goulias is still well ahead of us. 7/10 of a second ahead, in fact. Oh, wait, no, this is 7/10 of a second compared to the previous racing, or previous stint. That's a 5-second gap between us and Goulias right now. Not too good, and not too happy with that gap. It looks like durability might have some good points here, even if we use wets, because the temperature is the tire temperature is pretty slow. Nadia Lynette's got her handling's a bit better now, at least. One and a half minutes left in practice, and we already got the race trim up to level 3. Let's see if we can get wet tires up to level 2 at least, so that it can be on par with the soft tire performance. The question is, are we going to need tire boosting or mechanics parts, or rather mechanics recommendations instead? The weather is gonna be a real bummer. I can feel it. 20 seconds remaining. Let's see if we can still have enough runs to get that wet tire performance up to level 2. 3, 2, 1. Practice session is over. Oh, we got him to level 2 at least. Although Aria Leonette is still stuck in 15th. 7 seconds behind Goulias. Not exactly a good look in practice. Let's see if it will be different in actual racing. Let's see if Jodovish can improve her timesheets here. Yeah, I don't think she will. Yeah, even worse. A minute 21? What the heck was that, man? Their best speed were with the softs, or the super softs. That doesn't look too good for both for Silva and Dragon Race team. It looks like. Yeah, it really sucks when you don't have a good view of the weather because you don't have a decent amount of forecasting capability without a forecasting center. Ah, we got greens and purples. I can work with that. Better tires though. 16 laps, maybe. So we're going for 24. Yeah, okay, let's go with 16 laps. It's 14 and 14, right? So we can go shift up on 14, and then hopefully you don't have to worry much about the fuel. Ah, there's the problem. Perez can only go for 13 max. So we'll have to pray that the weather would change so we can get some extra fuel. Okay, high on the engine mode, neutral on the tires for now. Yeah, we're gonna be in the back, so we're gonna need to be on softs. Good luck. Oh shoot, I forgot. Oh wait, hang on. Let's keep him on, or keep the auto off, at least for the first lap, so we can push him if need be. But we'll have to wait for everybody else to get out pushed. Pretty decent so far, although they're still stuck in their starting positions here. We'll have to wait until they actually the other drivers start pushing up, and oh, so that's why we traded efficient energy gathering over large starting charge, which is probably why we're not exactly getting a lot of pushing in the early runs. But that explains a lot of things, actually. Can't really make the most out of those pushes because they got more energy than we do. So we'll just have to make do with what we have for now. Ugh, tire temperature is starting to get really, really annoying. We'll have to push the tires a bit. I don't like the idea, but we'll have to make do. We'll have to be very cautious towards the end, though. That's enough pushing. Just put them above halfway on the very cold tire temperature rating, and we'll be good. Oh, Cardena's getting some pretty good tire wear on hers. Very smooth driving from Cardenas there. Where is she in the standings? She is, unfortunately, at 16th. Projected. Which means her smoothness isn't exactly helping her, really. Ichani getting ready to go at Judovic. Well, up front we have Mazzoncini, Kohi, Lormor, Hornblood, and Chu and Ultras, while De Silva Mello has wisely chosen to go with Super Softs instead. That rounds up the top 6 for now. Well, things might start changing the moment we hit the stride in lap 4 or lap 5. Djurjevic still having a hard time getting past Balkan and keeping Picciani away, while Perez is now 9 seconds behind everybody else and struggling to keep up. Up front, Coy is only 1.8 seconds behind Mazzoncini, Lormore 2.6, Hornblatt a full 3 seconds. Djurjevic still complaining about being unable to get past Balkan up here. Oh, he's saving that ERS for the next run as we start lap 5. Still the same setup. Now Cardenas has switched out with her teammate Picciani. Djurjevic couldn't finish that outside overtake, and now she's about to get pushed out by Cardenas. Oh, cripes, it's starting to get cold out there. Kind of got distracted by all the overtaking that I didn't even notice the temperature. Now both of our drivers are getting left behind. Already down to 66 or 65% average for both of them, and we've still got 23 laps to work with. Kind of a risky play here, especially for Perez, who is not smooth enough with her tires. We have to make these tires last, remember that. Picciani going for an ERS overtake. And has now taken over both of our drivers again. Ooh, Chu and Hornblatt have switched positions now as the Silva Mello has dropped to 10th. Now Djurjevic is down to 57, Perez down to 53. We start lap 7 and they're still in the back. Oh, we're seeing some pit changes now. That's Hornblatt, Coy, and Funker in the pit lane to take out their Ultrasofts. And that at least puts both of our drivers up 3 places each. To 16th and 17th respectively. Djurjevic going for an ERS overtake and grabs it. Pretty much eaten up a good deal of her storage there, and she's still pushing. She is now in 13th. Let's see if she can defend herself after that chicane. Perez now down to 45% on her tires. "21 laps to go." Let's see if... Alright, that's another jump. Mock and Chu have gone for a pit change. Maxala Motorsport still has a chance to take us out of the line here. Unless we can block him again. Weather doesn't seem to be changing so far. I wonder if they got something planned for the ERS there. Meanwhile, up on top, the Silva Mello has returned to his 6th place position, but he is running out of tires. Though there's a good chance he can jump up to first briefly, as the top 5 seem to be really short on their tires as well. There's Mazzoncini coming in for a pit change, so is Lormore. Kostrup has jumped to first, though. As we start lap 9, both of our drivers are now a bit higher in the standings again. Both Vexala drivers are on top for now. Let's see how that changes after this next few set of laps. Trying to get the heat out there again. So we can continue driving with this amount of fuel. But Perez is about to run out of tires. They're still complaining about the fuel. Djurjevic using her ERS. She is now in 6th. Make that 4th as she goes... Oh, 3rd even. Kostrup also in the pit lane. Now Djurjevic is on top. We're only lap 10 though, which means tire temperature and tire wear are going to be a real knuckle dragger. Perez down to 23% on our tires. Djurjevic still has 28. Now let's see if we can actually go for 14. And they're asking for fresh tires now. Looks like we'll just have to rely on sacrificial fly here. And we will have to eat some we will have to eat some gaps here, just so we can get the tires to run up to the last of... tires last for at least one pit run. Oh, that's Pichani and Concliffe on the pit change. Ramsey's the only one with ultras right now. 3 more to go. Judovic is only 2 seconds ahead of the nearest competitor, which is Reeves. And she's already down to 20% on her tires. Meanwhile, Perez has gone down to 14th and it's dropping fast. She's gonna lose her points here, I feel. Now coming in lap 12, Perez has gone down to 7th. Oh, she's jumped up to 3rd as everybody else has gone for a pit change. We still need to get 2 spots here, and Perez is already locked up a bit. Yeah, she's about to lose it. Going for the ERS push here. Now both of our drivers are really, really close. The problem is Perez isn't exactly doing us any favors here by being very unreliable with her tires. Go for fast. Let's risk it. Judovic will have to sacrifice and go for 2 extra laps on no tires and barely any fuel. Probably have to let her rest a bit. Tire temperatures will stay as they are. What? What? What was that? Why did it pause? What happened? Okay, neutralize or keep it conserved. Oh, Ramsey has crashed. That's not good. Ramsey finishing his 2027 season with 2 crashes might not be a good look for the Canadian. And in home turf too. Not a good sign for the poor guy. Jurovic now has 0 on her tires. Can she go for another run? Can only go 12-14. And there's still a lot of space to work with, so I don't think I want to go with that. 15 laps to go. Now we're switching up. At least there's no mistake on the other side, so I can work with that. Jurovic, though, will have to get a little less, a little conservative with driving, as she is now trying to dance with no tires. We'll see if we can do this with 1 stop or not, because there's a good chance Vexala Motorsport can overtake us if we make a mistake here. $14 laps to go. Jurovic coming in with no tires and barely any fuel. Perez will overtake her with only 90% on her tires, but still a lot of fuel to go. Thankfully, enough fuel to push if need be. Jurovic is now down to 19th. No errors, please. No errors, thankfully. Let's see if we can conserve her a bit. Push the tires slightly. Let's see if we can stop them from calling it in. 13 laps to go. Hornblatt definitely gonna get something out of that. Yep, there's Hornblatt coming up now. Mazzoncini has dropped to second as Guglia snatches the lead. To push this a bit more. Perez now coming in 18th. Couldn't overtake Kohi, but she got over Funker at least. See if we can keep this rolling for a bit more. Perez now in 16th. Vexala now has 6 points ahead of us and might snatch second from the overall team standings. But we still got 11 laps of racing to go, and we might have a chance to overtake them again. Let's see if we can go there. Oh, that's Mark getting overtaken. Jurovic, meanwhile, is too far out to do any overtaking. Oh, cripes. Did I have her on... Yeah, I had her on save for the longest time. That's not good. 10 laps to go. Also need to push her tires a bit. Oof. There's Perez jumping up a bit more. Can she get past the pit crew? Yes, she did. She's now 9th. Still needs some work so she can go back. Oh, that's not good. We need to work up now or Ozu will take us out of the running. Still 8 laps after this one, and Perez is already down to 42% on her tires. Not a good look for our driver here. Okay, that's people getting thrown out of the pit lane. Jurovic still too far out to overtake anybody else. My mistake there. Ken Perez last towards the end of the race with just 31%. Made a mistake there. Come on. Ozu's still up on front. Cardenas, Hornblood, Julias, Mazzoncini, Chu. As long as Ozu doesn't go up, we can still tie with Vexala, I think. I can sell with third, but I'd really prefer if we can catch up to everybody. Only 6 laps to go after this one. And Perez is now down to 24% on her tires. 6 laps to go. This is not looking hot. Jurovic needs to work her magic here because she is way behind. Like, literally behind. I made the mistake of taking off the engine from slow to fast. And I don't think anybody's going to be switching out for tires soon. So we just have to build up for next year. Ah, Perez has gone down to 8th. Vexala Motorsport still on top. Oops, somebody ran wide. Vulcan ran wide. That's not a good sign. And we might have to restart this. What do you mean I don't have enough fuel? Kidding me, right? Yep, we see worn tires on Judovic's side of things as well. 4 laps to go. Can they still roll with it? Well, I can abide by this as long as we can keep the, as long as we can keep Ozu away and we can stay in third, we'll be happy with the result here. Well, fuel for Perez here. Let's see if she can go out using her ERS at least. Will Perez still manage to jump out to 15th before the end of the race? Yeah, let's see if the chairman will be happy with that result. If not, we'll have to restart this race. Problem is, we can't really get the fuel up right. And that's the thing I'm really annoyed with. Well, not the fuel, the tires. Perez is no longer no longer smooth, or as smooth as she was at the start of this season, because she is already going down in the stats. We didn't even get any points. What the heck is he talking about? We were never in the score sheets. If the chairman is angry, we're going to restart and try that run again. If not, we can probably go into the cripes. Chairman's happiness down, marketability down probably. 17%. And we are in the red. So I think we can still come back from that. Okay, yeah, that's octane. It's gonna be a double octane win. I think we can still manage this as long as we can get the money back from the price boss, I think. Yes, yes. I can abide by that lower morale. Only they were a bit smoother, really. That's what I need. Smoother drivers. For sprint runs like that, we definitely needed some extra smoothness, and unfortunately we didn't get it. But that's what we have to work with, and that's understandable. See what we get. Oh, cripes, I forgot. I should be looking for... I should be scouting now, right? Anybody without a team? Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of new scouting jobs, really. What we get? $13 million. Not bad. Yeah, obtain racing, understandable. Rebecca Hanlon has retired from ZRT Motorsport. And so is Heiner Bohm. Cripes. Well, there are chairman. We've started our scouting jobs. Let's see if we're gonna get anything else. Who's gonna be our sponsors here? Nothing. Low profile tires. That's the only one that got in. Van Dort goes down to the Asia Pacific Super Cup. Octane has traded places with Firebird, who are now back home. No contracts running down, right? Look like at least. Vanderhorn. A lot of young drivers here. Wonderluck? Nah, let's wait and see if we can get any more good sponsors after this. Oh, pre-season time. I'm just gonna do a pre-season setup here, and then we'll try and continue on next time. Probably tomorrow if I'm into it, but I could be doing something else tomorrow just in case. Okay, let's look at their sponsors first. Notify or Wonderluck? Okay, we'll go for Wonderluck. Chiffre or Random. They don't have any upfront payments, nah. Not a lot in terms of money. Provability. Okay, we'll go with Mersault, even though their base stat modifier is only +5. Oceanaya. Morimoto. Because if we go with very weak tire heating, that's gonna eat up our that's gonna eat our heat ability. Hang on. Let me double check just in case. I might be misreading things here. Okay, yeah. Let's go for weak. We'll go for weak and we'll go with JP Race Technologies though. A bit cheaper than last time at least. Carbolon? Oh yeah, they got that. What am I missing? Mersault, Oceanaya, Carbolon, JP. Why was it a bit more expensive than last time? Mersault, Oceanaya. Oh, because of the battery! Okay, so it's pretty much the same. I need a 100% efficient harvester, so... But it's still cheaper than last time. What am I missing here? Five... Five... Weird. Anyway. Go ahead with that. 3 million. That's gonna hurt real bad. But so many people have already been picked up. Got Chief Rate Squilladoo! For above 800,000. These are the only options we're gonna get for now. I think I'm gonna go with a Squidoo for now, even though they're a bit more risky. Their options. Ooh, that's a lot. 4 more moved positions, huh? Yeah, Zach Hamilton also moved down to Firebird. Elegard also goes to Firebird. Ali Basara. That sounds. Oh, it's Egyptian. He's Egyptian and very veteran mechanic to boot. Shoko Hosono. Dang it. Snapped up by Ozu. Oh, Kohi moved to Ozu. Dennis has signed up for. Ooh, Dennis moved from Ozu to Zempeli. Hornblatt goes to a Garuda. Lormore moves to ZRT Autosport. Archer gets a younger gun, Jorma Halonen. Not that young. He's 30. But he's considering offers still. Conclave. Oh, Conclave moved to Silva. She was previously with Archer. Bunker moves to Silva as well. What the hell was this change? Wait, Silva... Chu has joined Silva again? Interesting choices there. 3 podiums for Juravish. 3 podiums and 1 win. Oh, car improvability. Let's see what we got. Body price. 17. No, he only has marketability for 5 more weeks, but that's pretty decent marketability though. So if we can probably put her, I'll start this guy just in case. He's pretty young, so we could probably go for him if Perez suddenly retires. Sigrid Borseon has moved to Firebird MRT from the Sengju Tigers. That's weird. GT series driver switching to an open wheel? Denton has joined Archer as a new mechanic. Okay. I don't have the money, sorry. Anybody new in the queue I can go with? Doesn't look like it. Oh, Cavalcanti moved? What's with all this moving? Oh, no, she's considering retiring. How old is she? 65, and she's dropping her points off. That's not good. Osano Joko. Well, poor marketability, and he's a reservist too. Ongaro. Decent marketability, and he's a pay driver, but he's a spendthrift. I can't pay for that. Brett Walker. Unique opportunity. Okay. Elliot Svet. Nah. Poor marketability, not gonna be useful. Emma Milian. She's a reserve with Nordhagen, and she's still pretty good. Johnny Navarro. Now, this is a familiar looking face. Mentor dominant form. The chairman isn't happy right now. Oh, she's very happy at least. Right? Chairman's still pretty happy, but if we go for this one... No, I need marketability. Sorry, Chairman. I know you aren't happy with us right now, but I still need that money. Still secure at least. Sweet, new drivers to scout. Hopefully there's somebody we can look into marketability as well. We're going to be switching from good to decent drivers to drivers who are a bit more on the marketability side of things, so we can get more money for next time. Once the road car factory is complete, we'll be complementing that with... Ooh, the low profile tires look nice. They complement the new wheels well, at least. So yeah, we need better marketability, and working with the road car factory, that's going to get us some more money. Pauline Bollock. This looks familiar. Nat Williams will be a low-quality driver, but he has absolutely perfect marketability. I'm going to note you. And consistency is great. I think if we sign him up, we can actually make the most out of him for frontlines, just in case. With a good marketability here, I think he'll be great for Perez. And then there's also the other guy we got earlier. We could definitely look into that later. Omichi Kunie. Good cornering, braking. I'll also take another view. pretty young, pretty adaptable, but not smooth. Good with braking, cornering, and it's very fit though, so that's going to be good to note. Melanie Wright, not quite. Mario Vanderhoen has already been signed up, and he's with Garuda. Gaspar Fuentes, anybody new? Doesn't look. Nope, nobody. Okay. Livery time, and the road car factory is complete. Sweet. Where is it? There she is, 1.2 million per race. And that's a lot of road cars being packed. No, there's not. Those are cars owned by the people who work here. Now we have a road car factory that's gonna help us get some more money up. Now we can build up on the money. I think. What do I want to go for with livery? This is the one we have right now. I haven't used livery 5 in the streams yet, I think. Also go for livery pack again. Well, let's go livery 8 maybe. Yeah, let's go with livery 8. Chassis finish on the 5th of March, which is in a week or so. See what's on the scouting report. Rashid Amaswamy. OCD and drift racing. Not good for marketability though. Can't use that. Sorry, kid. All the others are in progress. We're gonna be done with that before the start of the season, I think. There it is this weekend. In 2 days at least. Minim, keep a minim. What kind of name is that? Fearless? Sydney Expert Fashionista, but that's only for 8 weeks. Not good for marketability. Sorry, kid. You don't make the cut. Zach Hamilton is one of the new guys, right? Yeah, one of the new guys for Firebird. So that's why he switched from the Asia Pacific and World Motorsport Championship to the ERS. He's pretty much on his way out, huh? Let's just finish the preseason testing. Leonie Potier. Beautiful. Ooh. Oh, she's good for feedback too, but she's just not that smooth, and her cornering's bad. I think we can use her as reserve. No. We'll consider her for feedback, but I think if things go and we need somebody for number 2, and I need something for marketability, I can consider her. Let's go with that first. Ciao Singor. That's a Mongolian name, isn't it? Hedonist, addictive personality, but improvability is poor. It's not good. Okay, shall we go with preseason testing now? Wait, I forgot to set my parts! Ah! I knew I forgot something! Dang it! I'm stupid. I'm very stupid. I forgot to set my parts! So much for all that effort, huh? Let's just go ahead and finish things up. We should probably get some more extra stuff for the... Once we complete this run, we're going to set up everything on the engine parts and all that. Before preseason testing, get the illegal parts in. Why did I forget that? Am I stupid? Oh! Oh. Oh, not this one. We can load the other one after this, I think. Yeah, this one. I think. Is it? Well, we'll have to see. Why did I forget the parts? I got a little too excited with the promotion that I kind of forgot. Or promotion and scouting that I kind of forgot to switch the illegal parts in. So much for that, huh? Right. Right. That's it, right? Need to execute a strategy. Sorry, buddy. Now let's move these parts. Give them the illegal engines. Then scout. Be available to scout. Anybody yet? Nope, nobody's up there yet. Just a scout, just a pit crew so that auto manage it again. You know, I can save this. Replace this one. Yes. This is what you get for going ham on some parts and forgetting the other key segments. Well, let's see if we can scout anybody now. Still nobody. Probably after we get the championship results. Yes, there we go. Now let's go and scout everybody. And we're gonna get some other scouting jobs after this. At least we got a decent amount back from that. But I might have to restart from here if the parts they gave us for the preseason are bad. Which I feel is gonna be likely. So just tempering expectations here. Ignore the sponsors for now. Orton, Ivan Etienne, Zhu Dongna. I don't recognize who this guy is. Girl, apparently. Ooh, Transantarctic? Really? Oh yeah, I'll take that. All right, let's see if we're gonna get anything from this one. Please give me good parts. I need good parts. That's the only thing I want. Or at least give me the same one from the previous save. I can work with that. Kidding me? See what we get if we go with this. Tire wear. I go with tire heat. What's the last time? Oh. We went with Carbulon last time. That's the last season one. I'm gonna load again. Dang it. We had the better setup from last time if I only kept my car. If I only switched up my car parts, though. Damn, I need to check that again. Come on, come on. You gotta give me good spots here, right? Real shame that. I'm kind of annoyed. I'll waste a lot of time getting that thing done. Are the illegal parts in? Yes, they are. The scouts have been let out. Yes, they have. Hang on. Read this. Now we can go and get the scouting work done again. Scout, 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 scout. Oh, it's a different set of scouting guys. Jacob, Benedict, there's Ilish, Tarabasanyes. And there's nothing here. Okay. Let's see if pre-testing will get us anywhere good. Please give me good parts. I'm praying that you can give me good parts. That's all I ask. If you can give me the setup from before we had to reload because of my forgetfulness for putting up the illegal parts into my car, that would be a really big help for the next season. Antarctic /5 will be Rosia. Let's see if we can find next year's car with good parts, please. You're kidding me. One more run. This had better work. My RNG game is really not up to snuff lately. I don't like this. Gonna get the same set of sponsors this time. Motion's up. Get the scouting done. Let's see what we get this time. Okay. Andira Zulian Jr. Furia Motoko. Okay, championship rules. Usual. I wonder what year we're gonna see Ernie be replaced as the president of the Global Motorsport Association. Give me good parts for the love of everything. I can work with the setup, please. I don't like that. +3 ability. I can still get some +5s there, I feel. It wasn't +3 the last time, I know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't +3. Improved rating. One more! If this does not go, I'm just going to call it in for the night. Should delete some of these. That instead. Let's see if we get anything out of this done. I can sell with a +5, really. It's the best I can get, I suppose. Are illegal. Staff have been set. Pit crew have been auto-managed. Mizunaga. Okay, that's enough of that. See prize money. And position. Yes. Scouting, probably new spots. Apparently not. Here we go. Let's see if we can get some good pre-season parts here. Just give me a +5. That's all I need. Everything else can stay. Oh, you're bleeding kidding me. +1? Okay. One more try. We're definitely gonna get it this time. I can feel it. Betting on this one to be the right number this time. Come on, man. I'm not really saving it in the scouting screen because I want to randomize the possible drivers we can pick up again, just in case somebody interesting might show up. Like, we did get some pretty good marketable drivers the first time around, but they haven't showed up again since. Maybe these newcomers will have better setups for us. Come on. +5, come on. Yes! Perfect! That's what I need. Shania. Arbulon. JP Race Technologies. And XLQ. I'll take the +5. It is a bit more efficient than Rossini after all. So we'll go with that. $2 million, oof. Let's see here, nothing else on the news. Let's look at the sponsors. Dang it. Dang it! Oh wait, Condor Telecoms looks nice. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's see if we can get a good one for slot 3 here. I'm just going to advance it a bit so we can see if we get any good sponsors up, and then I'll call it in for the night. Hamilton, Eligard, Doublet. Oh, ooh. They've been jumping around. Bunker, Chu. Well, Chu was already with Silva, so I guess he ended his contract and then they signed him up again. Hao Mingqing, Patel, Cavalcanti is about to retire. It's a unique opportunity. Unfortunately, the chairman will not be happy with that, but we need the marketability. More scouting options to consider. Sweet. Stacy Cook. Sounds familiar. There we go. Transantarctic, but they can provide 1.4 million, and they have a $200,000 upfront. I'll take that. Road car factories in 7 weeks. Let's continue on. And I'm gonna call it in once we reach the race pre-season testing weekend. That's a lot of notes. Let's see. Yanshu Li. Not exactly marketable. Michelle Clark. Pretty low. Oh, John Stott is already retiring? That's pretty early. Roland Martins Jr. also not very marketable. Lucas Notre Dame. Numbers aren't exactly what I like. Schneider, Marshall G. Jenik Toman. Come on! Is nobody gonna be good for pickup? Meado. Oh, there's Meado. Pay driver, but his numbers aren't exactly up to snuff. Marketability is great, though. Wait. Wait, this is one of our drivers. Right, so that's why it sounds familiar. Veteran racetrack. I don't think he's gonna talk. Oh, he's interested again. Pretty much in the retirement bin already. Oh, that's a Lou Garcia is pretty young. He's got good marketability, pretty smooth, and pretty adaptable. I think we can work with him. Box him. Star him, rather. Going with the younger ones. Oh, there's Gomez. This guy looks familiar. Marketability is garbage, though. Yeah, he was one of our drivers, then I kind of let him go. Well, Rebecca-san. Dang it! Used for marketability there. We'll look into the other drivers later. Now let's push forward. Improvability. It's gonna need money. Sager. Much markets there. He's got good and decent stats. Funtikov. She's already signed up with the Tigers. Nope, sorry. Can't offer them money right now. Maybe next time. Edit that. Ben Clace and a lot of retiring drivers this season. We're going for which one again? Was it Livery 8? Yeah, it was Livery 8. Let's go. Those low profile tires, I have to admit, are pretty nice. Better than the Road Car Factory tires, at least. Oh, speaking of Road Car Factory, it's done now. I don't think we're gonna do anything yet. I think this would be a good time as any to call it in for the night. Thank you so much for dropping by. I know it was a bit of a touch and go stream today. Pretty slightly late start too. But I think we got off okay on this one. And even if we are still struggling, I think we have a good position to get back and bounce off in the 2028 season, which I think I might start tomorrow if I'm up for it. There's still a lot of stuff that can happen, so I might change it at the last second. Just keep an ear out for any changes that might arrive. For the time being, though, if you got any complaints or violent reactions about the stream tonight, I would really appreciate it if you could drop me a line on my Twitter or my Pixiv. If you got a hankering for older streams that have expired here on Twitch, or you just want to see some of the other streams that I have already done and probably interested in checking out and providing some comments on that, you can always check the VOD archive linked in the About tab of my profile page, or searchable on YouTube under the same username. That's Lurk at Work. Work with a U instead of an O. By the way, if you're currently checking the VOD, thanks for dropping by. Sorry that the performance kind of wasn't up to snuff towards the end there. Maybe after we've built up stuff here, we can go ahead and improve our capabilities for next time and come back up and stronger so we can expand our HQ as well, because I definitely need. Well, anyway. If the VOD you just checked wasn't up to your taste, you can always check the rest of the you can always check the rest of the channel for something that might pique your interest instead. Speaking of the channel, if you got a hankering for older, if you got a friend who might be interested in the stuff I stream, or who just wants to complain about PNG streamers in general, I would really be grateful if you can share my channel with them. Twitch.tv/lurkatwork. That's all from me for now. Once again, tomorrow might be up in the air, so keep an ear out on the socials for that. For tonight, though, Lurk at Work is RTV. If you're still in the mood, I can send you over to somebody who's playing. Is that Deadpool? I guess it is Deadpool. Well, probably playing Marvel Rivals. I did hear there was an update recently. Play it though, but you might find it interesting. So if you're still in the mood for a stream, I can send you over there for now. But if you're not and you're heading out for the night, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Good night for those who are heading out, and stand by for those who are about to be sent over.